How long did it take you to get to the sub basement?
It didn't take us long. Unfortunately, I'm small, and so they kind of sent the small guys in, the tunnel rats. At first, we thought it was going to be really cool. We had radios and ropes and all kinds of stuff, and little by little, we knew that radios no working, and the ropes were only so long, and line of sight was the only thing we could depend on. So, knowing that the Army Corps engineers told us that the buildings had shifted constantly throughout the day, throughout the week, 2 inches, 9 inches, 4 feet, and that we needed to be careful in the areas that we were going into. You could smell the saltwater intrusion down in those sub basements. So we really tried to stay as close as possible. Just the irony of the and the fear, going by the areas where people had eaten in restaurants down there. They've come out of the subways. They're in the sub basement areas. They're eating at a donut shop. You get a half-eaten donut with a set of car keys there on the table and one shoe. And so your mind starts going, John, and saying, wow, this person must have just ran and didn't care whether he had one or both shoes on. It was that important for them to get out of that building at that moment in time. And then your mind wonders, did they survive? Did they even make it out? And so there goes the stories. And a lot of the members began writing their last names inside of their pant legs and on their arms. Some of the members that we had found from FDNY, ironically, Rescue 2 members, it was a habit for firefighters, as we get our uniforms and our bunker gear washed, that we write our names on the insides of the bottom of the leg flaps and the inside of the arm flaps, just so that when they go out to be deconned or cleaned, they come back and we know whose bunker gear they are. And it was a way of identifying deceased FDNY members by rolling up those areas and being able to call back to administration, let them know who we had encountered. And at the same time, I think the fear overcame the responders that were down there, and folks just began writing their own names on their own sleeves and arms, and out came little pads of papers. A lot of us kept personal journals that we would just write a thought, just in case there was a disassociation or another catastrophe, a second attack, all those thoughts that were going through our heads. And at least there would be closure for our families, just like we were finding closure or trying to find closure for those families we were searching for. I mean, you get the hazmat station in Squad 288, one station from FDNY, one station. And you've got 35 hazmat personnel, another 22 fire station personnel. So out of that bunch, they lost 19. It was the largest loss of life of any one station within FDNY. And out of 19 individuals that passed, we now have to deal with 51 orphans, fatherless children. One day, one station.